Hey everybody, I'm Michelle Roy of Dragonfly Wellness, and this is Wellness Wednesday. Today's topic, Meditation 101. So I spent a lot of my time on my retreat in meditation. I do have a regular meditation practice and I get questions about it all the time. So I thought we could chat about it today. There are just a few key concepts that will help you meet some success with meditation. Starting with, I think what sort of sets us up to fail from the beginning is that many of us have a concept, we have this notion about what meditation is. And we envision a person sitting cross-legged, sitting up tall, eyes closed, deeply meditating for 45 minutes at 4 a.m. And if we're doing anything less than that, then somehow we're failing at it, right? Which is simply not true. So let's start with the first one, time. It is not necessary to sit for a very long time. In fact, current research is showing that it is better if we engage in our meditation practice for shorter durations, but at a higher frequency. So in other words, doing less time more often, and you'll meet some more success that way. So my personal recommendation is to start with 5 to 10 minutes, set a timer, and even, if you're doing well, leave with some success. Say, okay, 10 minutes, that wasn't so bad. All right. If you feel inclined, you can do it for another 10 minutes later in the day, or you could just do that again the next day and add a couple more, and then build up from there. It is not necessary to build up to a 45-minute meditation unless that's something that you truly desire. My daily meditation practice is around 30 to 35 minutes. That's just where I am. That's where I am right now. It's not to say it won't get longer, and there are certainly days where I don't have that kind of time. So, set realistic expectations around your time, number one. All right, the next piece is being comfortable. This is the other one that really gets us, right? So ideally, we want the hips to be elevated and supported. If the legs are crossed, we want the knees to be able to fall down. We also want to be able to support that. So it's really helpful if we can bring cushions or yoga blocks or couch cushions, whatever you have available, to place on the outer edges of the legs to support the legs, so that the hips are well supported, they're above the level of the knees, and the legs have some support as well. If cross-legged sitting doesn't work, for you, then you can have the legs straight. But again, make sure that the legs feel supported. All right, that's the key. If it's your back, if you have that support, but the back talks to you, by all means support your back. It's important to note that meditation can also be done in a chair. If that's the most comfortable way for you to sit, as long as you are sitting well and you can breathe relatively well, there's no need to sit on the floor unless you desire that. All right, so the other piece of that, be comfortable. If anything starts to talk to you while you're trying to meditate, we ultimately then end up meditating on that, like my left knee is bothering me, and then I start to think about that the whole time I'm sitting there. You're allowed to move. If you want to shift around a little bit, try not to lose your concentration completely, but do adjust for your comfort and come back to the meditation. See how that works for you. But by all means, arrange enough support so that you are comfortable. And then finally, the biggest piece, probably, and the biggest question I get is, what the heck do I do when I'm sitting there? How can I get my mind to focus? I can't make my mind turn off. Of course you can't make your mind turn off. It's the mind's very nature to interpret information. That's what it does. It likes to categorize things and think about things. So meditation kind of becomes I like to think of it as a distraction technique for the mind. You give the mind something to do over here so that you can be peaceful over here, all right? And there are many ways to go about that. So we often hear about mantra meditation, also known as japa meditation in Sanskrit. Japa just refers to the repetition of a phrase. Mantra is the phrase. The phrase can be anything. To use one of Thich Nhat Hanh's techniques, breathing in, I am aware I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am aware I am breathing out. You don't have to say the breathing in and breathing out. You can, as you're breathing in, just be aware of it. It doesn't have to be any kind of special breath. You're just noticing what your breath is doing in this moment. That's one. Those of you that do like to use some kind of, you could do a name, there are names of God meditation, any name you want to use. You can meditate on that. You can come up with a phrase, breathing in, I am peaceful. Exhaling, I feel calm. That's another technique of Thich Nhat Hanh's, right? Any kind of phrase, or as I said, if you can't think of a phrase or you can't find one that works for you, simply focus on your breath. Whatever it is you choose, please allow it to be something that you can stay focused on. That's why the breath is so good, right? When we just say breathing in, I am aware I am breathing in, if nothing else. If you do have a phrase, like for instance, so hum mantra, breathing in, so exhaling hum, or one I like to do, you all know I'm a big fan of Ganesha, right? Fan's probably not the right word, but I will breathe in Jai, exhale Ganesha. And you always, often anyway, see me wearing my malas. Malas are not jewelry, they are a meditation tool. This is my most sacred mala. This one came to Kripalu with me, and it is the one I use in my meditations. The structure of the mala is that there is a large bead with a tassel and then 108 beads in between, sometimes 54. 108 being a very sacred number in the yogic traditions. And so then we can use this to mark our mantras, right? You just kind of say your mantra, move on to the next bead, and then you'll know you've done it 108 times. I'm wearing this peace mala. This one I'm wearing to put my energy on, and I will also use this in different meditations. As far as phrasing, whatever you choose to use, just as I said, make sure it's something you can remain focused on, because we don't want it to be something that becomes so repetitive that we're no longer thinking about what we're saying, or we're no longer concentrating on what we're saying. It's kind of like standing in tree pose and thinking about your grocery list, right? When you can do that, it's time to change up your tree pose. And so I use a variety of phrases in my meditation. There are other kinds of meditation as well. We don't have to just do mantra meditation. There are chanting meditations. The Kundalinis have some beautiful chanted meditations. I'm currently working with one of those myself. It's lovely. Those of you that don't want to chant or sing, that's fine. There are guided meditations. If you just go online and search for guided meditations, you'll find hundreds and hundreds. There are apps you can use. Many, many, many varieties of guided meditation. If that's what helps your mind focus the most, use that and keep it simple. So there you go. That's your starting place. First, begin with a shorter amount of time, something that you can commit to, and leave with some success. Build from there. Be comfortable. Make sure you're supported as you pursue your meditation practice. And then make it something that resonates with you. Either a mantra that you repeat, or a chant that is also a form of a guided meditation, or just a straight out guided meditation that talks you through relaxing your body, whatever it might be. So let me know how it goes. If you're just getting started in meditation, leave us a little note in the comments, any kinds of questions or problems you're having, and we'll get through it together. But it's a beautiful practice, and it's really important that we carve out that time for mindfulness and quiet in our daily lives, even if it's just 10 minutes a day. And once you're doing 10 minutes a day, you're going to want more. All right, everybody. So enjoy your meditation practice. Be courageous. Try something new in it, and let us know how it's going. All right, everybody, have a fantastic Wednesday, and I'll see you again next week.